people, and I am a Raymond Chandler person through and through, but I got to give it up for the Maltese Falcon because it's a fantastic book and an amazing movie, and it is specifically about the obsession with an object, the object of desire, the Maltese Falcon that Bogart comes across in the film, that Gutman is looking for. Now, it's supposedly a 14th century gift from the Knights of Malta to the Habsburg kings as thanks for giving them the island of Malta during the fight with the Islamic Empire. In fact, it's actually based on quite a similar thing, this hideous thing from the 16th century, which is called the Kniphausen Falcon, and it's actually a ceremonial pouring vessel made kind of as an offering, but not by the Knights of Malta, although Hammett built a lot of real history into his history of the Maltese Falcon. I even went so far a few years ago to buy this replica off of eBay, and I know it's kind of dark, but all you need to know is that it's a piece of crap. And then as soon as I received it in the mail, they had taken photos of it that made it look like it might be kind of accurate. When I got it, it just, I mean, it looks like, to me, it looks like Peter Falk in a falcon suit. I don't know where that analogy came from. And the problem is, I saw it, I knew that it was a piece of crap, it sat on my shelf, I thought, you know, I wanted the real thing. And at that point, I didn't consider making myself one. I thought maybe I could ask a friend to sculpt it for me and something like that. I mean, there's certainly plenty of hideous replicas on the web that people have made, but I wanted the real thing. I wanted this. And this is a picture that I came across in a very small thumbnail. It turns out that the original Maltese Falcon, which was made in lead, was given as a, well, where do I begin? You remember William Conrad from the Cannon series in the 70s. Well, William Conrad actually has a much longer history with Hollywood. He was kind of a fixer, kind of a cleaner, director, a writer, an actor. He did a lot of work helping the studios finish projects that were unruly, and as a thank you to all his service, Jack Warner gave him the Maltese Falcon, and it sat on his office shelf for about 30 years until he died, and then his wife sold it at Christie's. I managed to track down an antiquarian bookseller, was able to find me the original Christie's auction catalog and get me this picture, which gives a tremendous amount of beautiful detail of the falcon. And this texture, I mean, I'm still mystified by this texture. This bird is cast in lead, then it was painted with black enamel for the movie, and after 40 years of people handling it, for some reason, it's gold. I don't get it, but I love it. And the patina, the other thing, one of the other areas that I'm really fascinated by within the subset of objects is the patina that tells the story of the narrative of the object. In fact, it's, every model maker will tell you when you're working on a spaceship on Star Wars and you're gluing two things and then you're taking a space and you're gluing another one. Because in Star Wars, it's actually two things, space, one thing. In Star Trek, it's three things in a row. And you're gluing these details on piece by piece, and you always have in your head the narrative of what these things are. I understand what this is a cooling vent, this is an offshoot thing, this is something else, a thermostat, and that narrative informs the piece. It tells me that the piece is looking right. Oh, it doesn't quite look because it doesn't look like, you know, this works here. And the patina of the falcon here is completely self-similar to me to that. It is a narrative of function. It tells the story of the object. Other birds I found online that were in my obsession folder. This one is actually a resin Maltese Falcon, apparently built when Humphrey Bogart got pissed off because the lead one was so friggin' heavy that he dropped it. This is a resin one found at a New Jersey flea market back about 10 or 11 years ago by a Los Angeles filmmaker who recognized it for what it was. It took him 5 years to authenticate it, which I thought was kind of funny because looking at it, I understood it was authentic the second I saw it because of a bunch of details. And this actually sold at Profiles in History in around 1999. Profiles in History is another movie memorabilia auction site. And the best thing that Profiles in History did, if you see there, is that they not only took a photo from the front, but there were photos of both sides and the back. And so now I had all the topological details I needed to really put the whole entirety of the Maltese Falcon in my head and start to make it. So I promptly printed all of these photos up. I know these are lower res, but they gave me what I needed. I printed them up full size because luckily the Christie's auction catalog happened to print the exact size and dimensions of the Falcon. And I began to use these with calipers and sculpting with Super Sculpey my Maltese Falcon. Now, I only have one picture that I took to show to a friend of mine that I took with my eyesight camera on the laptop here. This is me, my wife's watching television, and I'm working on the Falcon slowly but surely. Now, the other thing is, because this is only my second sculpture, I don't know how to make it shiny. I don't really know